Goed, je loopt. We zijn in Appelscha. Alright, camera runs. We are in Appelscha. Appelscha. Apple flap. Something with an apple, but you can't eat it. And this here in front of us is the TET. Well, let's try it. I've already been a few kilometers on the TET without to know it, but well, let's go and let's try. Check my lights. Had a little bit more on than necessary. All right. See if this map is right. The previous trip, the trip before yesterday, I did in Dutch. However, I started in English a few sentences, but did it in Dutch. We had a lot of trouble with the route. And this is not even a route, this is a trail. So I don't get any spoken text from go here, go there, I think. I'm not sure. I downloaded this from the official TET site and I don't know what's await for me. So let's see. Yep. Now we get the first really tat. I have to do something, and that is trip. Traction control off. Be careful, because I do not have my protection bars. You can buy them, but they are partly attached to the fairing. So if you drop them in a road like this, your fairing goes broken. Damage it probably pretty much. Now I've found some different points I can easily adjust or even screw up. That protection. So I must be careful. Don't top it up. Come on. If my bars are ready, but that will be next year's, then I have a really good protection. If I drop like here, the mirror could be broken, but the fairing is still be intact. But as far as I don't have it yet, be careful. Here we are again. At this point we have been here from any direction except that one. Well, it says we have to go here. I don't know where we end up. I'm not sure. I'm standing too much above the handlebars. With my ass to behind, but the standing position is not well thought at the Sym ADX for a terrain scooter. I'm sorry, they had to... In the English walk around they still have to do, and if I don't forget it, I will tell more about it, what they have to change. Well, here we go again. Hey, this is weird. Look. I need to go in here. But there's also a lot of... Yeah, alright. The sitting position for a scooter is also not good for this kind of things. And if you do a long distance this way, with an average of 20 kilometers, then you are riding 5 hours for just cover 100 kilometers. I usually do an hour and a half, taking it easy. And in 1 hour at top speed. Would I ride faster on a rally bike here? Yes. Of course. Because it has an awful lot more grip and an awful lot more power and an awful lot more control with even wider handlebars than this. Much wider handlebars than this. And I would not put my feet off the steps. But again, there is a truth. And the truth is, my motocross era is long gone. Despite I have done this for 15 years, from which 12 years of competition riding, included the famous beach race of Scheveningen, twice. I'm an old man. So those in-between parts of rock solid road, paved roads, you rest. Don't blast over it like crazy, you rest, even when you're young. That's the way how you ride enduro. Competition enduro is something different, of course. But this is not a competition. And I am alone. And if I go down, then what? And then I'm thinking again on Itchy Boots. She had a lot of luck, folks. She could have laid there down in Africa with a broken collarbone and probably a broken leg for days. And not only that, for lions and other meat-eating wildlife, she becomes a target. And that's what a lot of people not think about. Now that's not much of the problem here in the Netherlands, of course. Actually on the scooter it's a lot more difficult than on a dirt bike. You don't have a clutch. A clutch you can use to control your rear wheel slip. Whole thing is frozen. Well, that dropped. Well, speed is working again. Speedometer is working again. I don't know if my fuel gauge is still working. I don't know if anything is still working. I have no clue. But ABS is off now. Well, we will see. Another daring scoot here, but he can use the bicycle road. Let's see if we can get traction control again, if it all perfect again. TCS on, TCS off. Alright, it just needed to reset. I have to do a service now. I have a ringing on the rear side that's getting louder, just like something in the CVT is loose. But in riding I don't notice anything at all. I don't know why it got frozen. I don't know. I absolutely don't know. It works fine again. I don't know. I don't know what this was. Maybe it will happen again. Maybe it will never happen again. Maybe it was a little bit of information overflow. I don't know. I didn't hear Alex about this, and he did a lot heavier terrain than I did. But before it has to become a real terrain scooter, Sym needs to have an upgrade for this scooter. Full motocross style suspension on front, upside down. Put it at least 5 centimeters or 2 inches higher on the legs. Adjustable, like motocross suspension. And the steps must be make different. There's no reason why it is all so built, the fairing is so built wide out on the rear. If this was a little bit narrower from behind and I could put my heel against, almost against the passenger steps, then I could stand up in the proper position. If I stand up now, I'm not in a proper position. My feet are almost under the handlebars, and that's not good. You must lean forward. Otherwise, if you get a bump which breaks the engine, which breaks down the speed, you topple off in front of your own bike. The CVT has no problems. There is no overheating of the bike, not at all. So according to that, they did a good job. The frame feels very strong, very stiff. And that man is thinking, look at that idiot. They should forbid this. But it's just a road, mister. It's an official road. And you hear a lot of vibration now, a lot of vibration, and that's because I can't stand up. Now I'm standing up, but way too much in a forward position. I must hang on the handlebars. But maybe I can safely use the rear passenger steps. Then I'm in a better position. Only those steps are too high. They should position a few more of these steps lower. Yes, I'm here. And if you keep standing there, all right. I'm not going to do this too often, and on my ultra long trips I have planned it. I even gonna do this a lot more gently because I'm in a strange country, in areas I'm not familiar, in a language I do not speak. And everything rattles to pieces. Everything that is used in terrain needs extended maintenance. Even an ADX scooter, even Honda's heavy 750 ADV, if you go off-road, it needs more maintenance. It's inherent, if we use the right word, if the English word anyway, on riding off-road. I have a problem. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. I'm off route. It's a beautiful terrain, by the way. I'm off route. But there's a lot of terrain back there. I should do that. and then making a new map. But that's not the TET. However, this is terrain. I should go deeper in the forest. But now today I said I'm gonna ride TET. So let's TET. We entered the road again here. I strongly believe that. I still have my traction control off, but actually at this beautiful weather, at this beautiful summer day. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What's wrong again? Was it this? Yes, it was this road. For the scooter, it is better to have some days of rain. That it is not really wet, but still hard, like this. I did not expect it. But we will come out at the part where I entered. I'm off route again. Was a little detour. It doesn't matter, I will enter the route again. Straight on. Haven't seen those people before. Yeah, are we sure now? All right. Whoa, wait. This is also a beautiful road, of course. all beautiful roads over here. Yeah, we are back on track. Beautiful road. You hear how much easier it is for the bike when you're gonna stand on it. A lot of less rattling. But it's a very uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable. All right, my language machine has broken down now. It probably needs a reset. Anyway, it's not nice to stand on this machine, and that's what Sym should change. I talk about it a lot, and I will talk about it a lot more, I'm afraid. Alright. I need to do a little checkup. It's still, I mean, the whole fairing has been off of this bike for the rebuild, for all the electrics and all this stuff. So it might come loose, you never know. But what I hear now on these bangs and on these sounds are little rocks, pebbles, pineapples, little sticks that are thrown up by the front tire. Alright, turn it. Yes. I find this XT to be slow, quite frankly. In turning like this, in trails, my 390 LM was faster. One thing is sure, I have to clean my air filter when I'm back home. You know what? I'm gonna speed up the footage, then it looks unbelievable fast. So from now on I have to speak slowly. Because then when I speed it up 2 times it sounds like my normal voice again. And then everybody thinks from, hey, he is going like a banana. He is really hitting the throttle, man. But I actually don't. However, 36, 37, that will be about 30 kilometers in real. On these small wheels, huh? That's also a thing. Some bigger wheels would help, Mr. Sym. We're still on the trail. I take this easy because this is very shaky ground. All little potholes or something. There is something under the grass. And with a rally bike or enduro, it's not a problem. Of course not, because the wheel diameter is much bigger. And here with the shaking on all these little holes under the grass, this is worse for my bike than all this sand. So this looks very easy for the bike, but for the bike it is worse than the sand. So we take it nice and easy this part. And then when you ride something like this here, you understand why dirt bikes have such a large wheel diameter. Well, this is the answer. In this kind of circumstances, no rattling whatsoever. It cuts through it a lot smoother. I'm off route again. Oh. It said I have to go here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm completely off route. I must have missed something. The shaking tractor, deep tractor trails. Well, I don't know what they want, but I have to go all the way back, or I have to go on that part of the road. I don't know, but there's something very, very off here. It's not always clear, the route. I thought we were rolling on the road at the other side. And if I look to the map now, I have been 1, 2. All right. I don't know what is going on. This must be it. I thought this was an entrance to the farm. This was it. I always take the heavy part. I'm a dirt bike rider, still in my blood. And here you have the same road again. You see? Whoa! Such a beautiful road over here. Why is it not tethered? It will be probably all the way over here. I don't like that electric fence, so put it on this side. I put my feet on the floor too quickly, and then your feet drags as an anchor, breaking down the whole scoot, and then it starts to shake like crazy. Look at this. We're going here, we go there, we go there, we go there. But we could also move straight on. And you saw the tractor riding over there, so we entered the same route. So we will see. Here in a farmer's field. But is that allowed? Some farmers do, others don't. This is it. Verdomme. Pardon my French, a few minutes ago. Clutch. My scooter is a 4-stroke, but it does not have the deep thump of a Husqvarna or any other big 4-stroke off-road. And it might be a route for mountain bikes too, and I'm pretty silent, so if they don't hear me come, all right. Turn. Come on. Come on, turn. I think it's this road, but I'm not sure. Yeah. It needs quite some meters to pick it up. That's actually pretty annoying. Horse shit. A leaf blowing exactly in my helmet. It's not even autumn yet. And that little thing dropped my focus. Walk. Old Honda dirt bike. He doesn't greet back. Too afraid to let go of the steering. The handlebars, I have to say. Whoop. Hoppelhinder. That was a pebble. Let's see what he want. Ooh. There's all kind of nice little roots over here. That's another pebble. Are there so many pebbles? Or do I have problems? I want to check that one. Everything is alright, there's nothing loose. It's a new machine, so I'm not used to his sounds. It could be very well a pebble at the front fairing making that sound. But it's classified as a terrain scooter, so for light terrain, and that's what I'm doing now. Really? I can hear him cursing. Whoa, the youngsters on the scooters, it should be forbidden by the law. I'm just a few years younger than he is, but whoa, that was a rock. And that might be result in a flat tire. And if it doesn't, then this is one hell of a tire. I thought it was just some sand, but it wasn't. At the latest moment I saw it was actually a rock. I couldn't avoid it. Alright. And if it's not resulting into a flat tire, then it's not only a hell of a tire, but it's also a hell of a front suspension. But I have my tire on the right pressure. That's important. And at the last moment I was standing on a scooter, making it a lot lighter so it can absorb the impact a lot better. My English, oh my English is so perfect. My English teacher at school starts to cry despite he has passed away 10 years ago. Just an easy road for him, but be careful for deep potholes, so you cannot lose your focus over here. Not on a scooter, not on a dirt bike. With this sunlight and this sand, it's sometimes hard to see, hence the rock a few hundred meters ago. Oh shit. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I really love to overshoot things. But they here had a nice little turn around, walk around for me, because I always overshoot things. So far I only met one dirt bike on the TET, but I think it's busier in the weekend. There's a car tire trail here too. I lost momentum. Damn it. You must keep him up speed here. Phew, otherwise things goes wrong. These people living nice here. It's an airfield here. Former military, I guess. Damn it. Boys with bikes had a lot of fun over there, I guess. Or this guy. I would not go there with that thing. At least not with that tires on it. With some Caterpillar tracks I would do it. But maybe it was because I digged myself in the sand. That could be very well possible, that I digged myself in the sand and that he sees something that's that doesn't fit well, and he got frozen somehow. I think that has nothing to do with it whatsoever. I think it's the ABS. For things like this I must put the ABS off. And this is okay, but that sand, that deep sand, I have to put the ABS off. But that's another menu. I thought it was a quick menu, just like the traction control. Traction control is under a quick menu. Too much sounds coming from down under. I have to take him apart again after this, because for one simple reason. For one simple reason. I left over with 4 screws. So there's something on the fairing that is not properly mounted. There's something on the fairing that is not properly fixed and mounted and positioned and blah, 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 blah. Ah, shit. Here, ABS again, and again it's frozen. It's the 4th time. I didn't hear Alex about it. This one is frozen up too. And it happened more quickly now. I don't know why, but it happened more quickly now. It's not something that has to do with my build. Absolutely not. It's impossible, because that's all light. In an electric system I make changes to the lights. officially I have to turn ABS off in terrain, but why is there no quick anyway. I have no clue where we end up. I have a lot the sun in my face. We need to end at sea. But with Groningen, there was a trip that went one way, and there was a trip that went the other way. And I'm far past Groningen, and it was somewhere at Haren. So I'm going south again. Close here like Haren, then past Haren, down here, and we have to end up here at sea. Look. Here you have it. We are still on a TET, but it did not bring us to all above in the Waddensea area, and it's nearly 6 o'clock now. I should have arrived there by now. But are we going the right way now? And now he's gone. Here it went wrong somehow, somewhere. This must be the right one. It's half past 6 now. So we lost about 45 minutes. From the point we returned. From the point where we returned. Second motorcycle on a TET I met. All right, we are back on track. We have lost an awful lot of time. With two on the motorcycle, even with the big BMW with figure, a GS, if they go to that fish sand. Oh my gosh. If they make it, they deserve a prize. This is hardly terrain, this. They're probably doing the TET the other way around. Oi. Why? Not gonna do that with the scoot. It's not high enough above the ground. You must know the limits of your vehicle. I can roll it down there. If it was 5 centimeters, 2 inches higher on the legs, I would have done it. Brakes are good enough for it. But you must know the limits of your motorcycle or your scooter. Well, I'll be damned. Why? All right. Why did it cut off this piece of road? It just completely cut it off. There's nobody here on this. This one going the wrong side of the road, mister. No. No, it's impossible. It is impossible. There is something going on there, but yeah, you see? Well, he says it is it. No, I wish that the oil checks were about every maintenance interval, and the next maintenance interval is a 5,000 kilometer, about 800 and something. But every 1,000 kilometer he asked to check the oil. Come on. A very high grade motul oil is in it. I can do 10,000 kilometers with this oil easily. Well, these people get annoyed, I guess, because a lot of people don't know that this is actually an official off-road road. Oi! Oh yeah. And now we go way back over there. This is a gravel road, it's not real off-road. Right, give me a turn. Give me a turn. Come on, give me a turn. Holy Moses. I'm over 100 meters in it. That was on the edge. That was on the absolute edge of the spring. For the first time. I really bumped that. You want us to cross the railroad over here? I worry about that bump. That was a hard one. I did not feel it in my wrists yet, but that was the full travel length of the front suspension. And now it all comes down to Sym quality. How is the quality of Sym? But it could be very well possible that there is some damage. Maybe not. And maybe there is. But bumps like, I saw it, but bumps like this, I was a little bit too much in motocross mode. Oi. And that was of course all my fault, but I should take it more gentle on the Sym in terrain. That was way too hard. But a bump like that on a dirt bike is like the bumps over here. And that's no excuse, but I went way too hard in, way too hard. But if Sym is a quality bike, the front suspension can survive this. But you must not do it too often. You must not do that too often. It's, oh my gosh, that's so... But I have to check the front suspension if it leaks, if the seal's leaking. I ride it too hard in terrain. I should ride it like this, about 30 kilometers max. On gravel roads you can ride it a little harder, but I was riding it over 40, I believe, there. Budget again. Klonk, 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 klonk. A lot of clunking. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not the end, it's actually the beginning of TET. And this is the beginning of the trail. All the way to Limburg. It starts here and you can go all the way through the Netherlands. Is it open? Yeah. I wish you could ride this. In Friesland you can ride all these routes. Also a heck of a lot warmer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dutch mountains. There we have it. It looks like it's high tide. You know what's strange? It's the same strong wind, but it feels a lot warmer here. But if you look over the ledge, look at the moist. It would be nice you could actually ride this. But we have to go back a little in this direction. I don't go back to terrain. I think there where the shovel is riding. No, it's not high tide. Look at here. It's rolling in, I believe. Few hours before sunset. They said tomorrow it will be cloudy. Not really overcast, but like this. It's coming from the sea. Maybe tomorrow we go to Alkmaar to buy a lens, but I'm not sure of it. Well, on the Dutch dikes it ends here. Maybe I recorded the trip back home, but for now I shut it down. Well, this was TET, a little part of it in the Netherlands.